Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is a perception that this regime has built in Kenyans that it's going to be very hard for William Ruto to change the mindset of Kenyans when they observe the manner in which he's governing. And the perception is that this regime is more focused on budgeting for corruption than budgeting to work for Kenyans. They budget to loot and they proceed to execute their plan. That is a perception they have built in Kenyans freely, maybe knowing or unknowingly, but it is going to be so much expensive for Ruto to change this narrative in the minds of Kenyans. Hiyo ndio mambo wamejua. So, we have been talking about power blackout that has become now normal, that we can just experience power blackout anytime. And in every month, it is countrywide. With all this, we know the cabinet had a sitting and they came out with a resolution to look for a way of solving this problem once and for all. And with all that, they are proposing to provide some funds, M-Pesa, to build more power plants so that we can sort out this problem. Now, in what they are suggesting, Kenyans are already smelling a budgeted corruption. Figures coming out confirms that these people have no good plan for you. And people are now questioning that, is it intention to have this power blackout countrywide? Is it an intention? Was it stage managed because people want to eat, because people want to loot? Or it is something they need to solve? And even if they are solving, by which means, to which extent? Are they also opening another hole or a leakage to loot the money? So, there is the presidential communication team that shared some figures that is a note from the cabinet meeting resolution. And the figures they shared, when Kenyans questioned, David Lee is coming out now in a way that is somehow clashing with what they have shared. And you see an online fight because Lee shared his views on social media. Remember, they are all working for the government. They all sit in Statehouse. Work on office hours for Statehouse. Bona wange solve hii mambo chini ya maji, now they bring it in public. You look at that, you wonder. And I want us to go through the cabinet meeting note that they shared. That's December 13. Listen to this. The Ministry of Energy has been directed to comprehensively deal with the challenge of power failure. President William Ruto, who chaired the cabinet meeting on Wednesday, said frequent power outrage were haunting Kenyan investment profile. The cabinet discussed the matter extensively and resolved that the transmission line system should be unbundled so that power failure in one part does not affect the entire country. To deal with the overloading of transmission line that caused outrage, the Bomet-Narok line will be built with that is euros 400 million. In Kenyan shillings, 66 billion. Get the figures. From the African Development Bank, the line which was funded in 2016 has not been built due to legal dispute. Additionally, 1.2 billion euros in Kenyan shillings, 200 billion Kenyan solar power project at the 7 Fox Dam will provide a safeguard against power failure. The 42 MV project has a huge battery storage, and when power fails, the stored energy kicks in. Additionally, the project helped to save hydro power at the 5 dams that make up the 7 Fox. So it's all about the issue of figures. The figures are putting there look so huge compared to the project they're looking into. So Kenyans gave their views that I want to read, like just 3 comments. Then I will take you to David Ndi, respond to this. Someone by the name Kilker, this is what he's saying. This is corruption on a grand scale. Spend 200 billion Kenyan shillings to produce just 42 megawatts. This would be very expensive power. It priced 1 unit at 4,761. I hope there is a typographic error. The 54 megawatt solar plant in Garissa only cost 13 billion Kenyan shillings. Clean energy is a scam. Another one here, Willis Owit. That 1.2 billion euro is used in putting up a geothermal power plant. It would build a nearly 700 MV, that's megawatts or what, power plant. That is his suggestion in relation to that. And another one here, tutasoma zote chache tu. Another one, Moses Wanami. I have critically looked at this issue of power outrage and the speed at which this government wants to spend money. I can confidently say that all this circus of airport and blackout is a well-calculated scheme to rip off public funds. Look at his conclusion. Then David Lee comes in, and now he's hitting hard on his fellow staff. And this is what David Lee is saying. Surely someone would claim to be an economic analyst would have spotted that these are impossible figures. These are shillings. Kenyan journalists are atrocity at reporting figures even when they work for government. Even the greediest eaters aren't this ambitious. Greediest eaters. So, you can see a fight between Statehouse staff. If there was a problem, and David Ndi being an economist advisor to the president, he can reach out to the presidential communication team and share out his views or direct them to correct the mistake without necessarily coming in public. So we can see an online fight at Statehouse. These all individuals are working in Statehouse, but they are fighting. Are they planting corruption in this plan? Lakini kuna wenye wadahusishwa, ndio maana wanakuja kuongea online. So you see, even in what they are planning, you only realize corruption, but not what they want to achieve. So David comes out again, he gives different views on the same. Kwa nini wasiseme kule chini? So that means we have people who are planning something different, or is it an error, or they want to see our reaction with all this. You cannot trust this regime. As simple as that. They never shows any iota of truth in whatever they plan to do. In everything you see corruption on large scale.